So Fabian, can you tell me your full name, your job role, and your organization, please?
Fabian Eberle, co-founder and COO of Keyless.
Amazing. So, can you tell our audience a bit more about Keyless?
Keyless, we are a deep tech identity company, and we pioneer privacy-preserving biometrics for passwordless and strong user authentication. So we're combining biometric authentication methods with cryptography that allows us to authenticate, or rather identify you, the genuine person, across any device with a simple and consistent experience, just one look into the camera, and all of that without actually involving or storing biometric data. So from a regulatory perspective, we're not just compliant to the GDPR, but we far exceed these requirements as we're not processing personal identifiable information.
Amazing. Now, with Payment Service Directive 2 obviously bringing in strong customer authentication, it's been postponed a bit, but do you think it's really going to be an industry-wide changing event going forward next year, and especially in Europe now already?
I think it is, and there's been the first wave, so banks have implemented the very rudimentary methods in complying with the directive. SMS and PIN codes that we receive and users have to copy and paste, second token authenticator applications. So if you think about yourself, I don't know, if you're banking with 3-4 banks, you have one authenticator app for each. So it adds a lot of friction to the user experience. So I think the next wave will be focused on improving that user experience, but at the same time also respecting the security and the privacy considerations of that. And especially in the last few months of the pandemic, we've seen phishing attacks, security hacks, data breaches skyrocket, and that is often to do with passwords and insecure methods for authentication.
Amazing. Now, when customers often think about stronger authentication, when it comes to e-commerce, they maybe don't want to think about the payment experience in general. How are Keyless going to sit in that position and enable banks and customers to be safer from fraud, but also have a better customer experience when at the checkout?
So what we allow banks to do is that we fulfill those PSD2 required strong customer authentication processes with just one look into the camera. So just like you unlock your phone with Face ID, Keyless allows that as being part of that banking application. So for the user, there's no look and feel of Keyless in itself. But when you bank, you just look into the camera and you're done. Not only that, you could do that from any device, any camera, from an iPhone, from an Android device, from your Windows laptop. Just one look in the camera and you're done.
That's absolutely incredible. Now, we're here today at Fintech Talents 2021, and it obviously seems you guys have a lot of talent. So I'm really excited to hear what's next for you, and also, what are you excited about from this year's event?
So what's ahead of us, I think it's a rapid scaling on the consumer authentication side. So we're working with some of the largest banks in Europe today. We'll be announcing major news this Wednesday, so in 2 days from now. Unfortunately, I can't do that today, but it will fuel our growth, particularly on the consumer side in the fintech and banking sector.
And what are you looking forward to today here at Fintech Talents?
I think it's connecting with the industries, with the leading players in the UK, across Europe and abroad, and showcasing what Keyless has to offer, and learning from others what they do as well.
So critical in this junction. Thank you so much for your time, Fabian.
Thank you, Doug.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Likewise. Thank you.